scrimmages you've been able to have so far, how close do you feel to being yourself?
I feel close. I mean, it's not an easy injury to get back and move the same way, straight away, but it's a work in progress, and I'm, working every day to get back on the floor as soon as possible, so I'm looking forward to that.
All the reports aside, or 3 or 4, how do you feel in terms of what's realistic right now based on how you felt?
It's literally day to day. So I've had plenty of great days, which has been great for me, and building up. So we're just trying to put those great days together and just keep building up to get back on the floor, and play at that, high level.
And how hopeful are you that you can play at some point in the series?
Yeah, I'm very hopeful.
Is tomorrow, if it's day to day, is tomorrow a possibility?
Probably not, no.
Yeah. Are you at the point where you're pretty much pain-free every day? Just trying to get up conditioning to the point where...
Yeah, so if you think about it, when you're injured, you have an injury like this, your whole, leg is affected, so it's going to take time to loosen these muscles and get back on the floor, but it's day to day, so it's treatment every day, Pilates, it's workouts, and just stay on top of it.
And if you improve the way you've been improving, however that is, do you think Game 4 is reasonable to think that might be in play?
No, I think it's reasonable to think that, but it's day to day. I can't tell you, definitely Game 4, Game 3. If I could play right now, I'd be on the court, so it is what it is.
Is it your call now, Ben? Are they still looking for anything more, or is it ready just when you say?
No, we have a set plan on the return to play, so it's working off that and building up to being ready to play at that full speed and high intensity.
Ben, you've not played in a game with this group since the trade. How hard is it to do that in a postseason game with that sort of atmosphere?
Yeah, we'll find out. It's a good challenge, but I'm looking forward to it, especially playing with these guys. I think for me, my IQ is so high to play with guys like Kai and Seth and Kev. Just watch them, I know how they play. I know how they want to play. And for me to just get them in their spots and be a floor general, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
When you talk about the plan, when you do come back, is it, hey, I could go 30, 40 minutes, or is it we're going to be on a minutes restriction, play a little bit less?
You're asking me. I want to be on the floor the whole time, but realistically, I don't know. That's going to be up to coach and the staff, so we'll figure that out.
And Ben, Patty's won the league's sportsmanship award. You've known him for a long time. What does he kind of bring in that area that makes him a special guy?
Super down there, genuine person. He always does the right thing. He wants to be a great leader, great teammate, and that's something he always preaches. Throughout his whole career, he's been like that, since I've known him as a kid, which has just been Patty. That's who he is as a person. So for him to win that, I'm not surprised. But, it's big.
What's the hardest part of coming back after such a long layup? What's the easiest part, whether it's a shot, the defense? What do you anticipate here?
Hardest? You got to go in the playoffs and play against the best players in the world in the playoffs. So it's nothing's easy in terms of that. But I feel comfortable stepping back on the floor and doing that, and doing what I can to help this team, progress and win.
What's the perspective on the chemistry? You're in the most unique situation that you're going to play your first game, probably in a playoff game. What's your perspective on how the chemistry is going to work?
I think it'll be fine, personally. There's some things on defense where, I look at and I think I can make a big impact in terms of just being vocal on the floor and helping my teammates and being a leader on that side of the court. And then offensively, obviously, I like to get out and, push the ball so we have guys who want to run and shoot the ball a lot. So, I'm looking forward to that aspect and playing with a team that, wants to run.
I've even heard, Ben, some people have said, why does a guy want to try and play when he hasn't played all year in this situation without having a training camp, or why do you say, this is worth doing right now when, I don't know how my body feels.
Yeah, body-wise, it's, once my body's ready, I want to be able to, help this team win. That's what I'm here for. So, it is what it is. I got to get on the floor and help this team win. I've been traded to the Brooklyn Nets, and that's what they need me to do. So that's my focus right now.
There's so many questions about when you're going to play, when it's been going.
Yeah.
For you personally, what's it been like staying patient through this whole process?
It's tough. For me, I want to be out on the floor and playing. but there's, it's a big thing when you have an injury like this. You need to, be cautious and not just push yourself when you've had 2 good days. You don't want to push yourself too much and have a setback, whatever it is. And I've been aware of that. I've had this injury before. I've been aware of what I need to do and how to stay on top of it. So I just got to keep doing that and be positive and stay focused.
We know how they used you in Philadelphia, obviously,
Yeah.
in a point, but on this team, when you have KD, you have Kyrie, how do you see yourself being used on this team, and how do you see yourself contributing?
Yeah, I mean, I would just compare it to probably one of my first seasons when we had Marco Bellinelli, JJ Redick, Thurston Ilyasova, all those guys. We were in a 17-game win streak. And the way we were playing, just a lot of pace, up and down, and getting good looks, moving the ball, just getting the best shot we can.
Have you gotten to have conversations about that kind of thing? Like, obviously, you're in film sessions and stuff like that, but like with Steve, like talking about how you might fit in with these guys.
Yeah, I'll fit in. Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
I don't want to put bad vibes out, but let's say the team does lose tomorrow. Does it matter? Would you still come back if it's 3-0?
We talking about ifs.
I know.
So.
How many scrimmage days have you had so far?
Probably like 3, 2.
Do you think that's enough to go into this type of situation?
I'm gonna have another one tomorrow. See how I feel. So it's day by day. I'll play tomorrow. See how I feel. Hopefully, I'm moving forward and having great days, which is obviously what I want to have. But it's day by day. So today got some shots up, worked out, felt good. Tomorrow I'll play. Keep building on that.
You said you had this injury before. What has the doctors told you about like the long-term outlook with the back injury?
Just got to stay on top of it. It's something you stay on top of. I mean, I fall in love with doing Pilates for me, so that's one thing for me. Pilates has been huge, and to stay on top of that, and making it something I'm in the habit of every day, which is something that can prevent this.
Is it hard to sit there? I mean, if you see your team struggling on defense and know what you can do.
It's frustrating. Yeah, it's so frustrating. Yeah. Especially when you're not out there, able to contribute. But I'm doing what I can. Being vocal on the bench, talking to my guys, helping where I can. So little things like that. I'm just doing what I can at this moment. And then obviously, when it's individual workouts, doing what I can on that side to get back on the floor.
Do you start thinking, when I get in, I'm going to do this, that? Or
always, and that never changes. Every time I watch a basketball game, I'm, this should, he should be there. He should have cut, different things. That's just how I'm wired. So.
You said obviously Pilates is something that you picked up, kind of put in as your routine. But I mean, you've had a couple of these now with the back. Are you of the mind that you may need a procedure in the off season, or you think you've gotten to the point where you can avoid?
Yeah, no, I think we're in a good place right now where we're not even thinking about that.
As a guy who takes pride in his defense, what did you see in what the Celtics were doing?
They're being physical. They're loading the paint. And I think that's the one thing. At the start of the game, we saw we were so much more physical in that first half, and then we kind of got a little shook in that second half and started. We weren't really playing the same way we were playing at the start, moving the ball, being physical, getting in the screens, getting over the screens, which I think was the big difference.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.